A lot of YouTubers are lying to you about the Samsung Z Fold 7. I looked at a lot of review videos. Everybody's swearing by it, how amazing it is, how the changes are amazing. But I found a few things that really rubbed me the wrong way, and I decided that I am not getting the phone. I'm not gonna upgrade from the Z Fold 5 that I have right now. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you why exactly. To do that, we're gonna go and compare the Z Fold 7 with the 5 and the S25 Ultra. So I know that the screen increased in both like the cover display and the main display. The camera wide lens is now 200 megapixel, the same as the S25 Ultra. So that's quite a big change, but the telephoto, it hasn't been touched, and the ultra wide, it hasn't been touched either. So let's go to another thing that I didn't really like. The battery, same battery. Come on, guys. I am a Samsung boy. That's how I will put it simply. I have the watch, the phone, the screens, everything. I really love Samsung, but I also promised you guys when I started this YouTube channel, when I started growing it, that I am gonna be brutally honest about things. So let's continue looking at this. But so the battery itself, you can see that the competitors have 5,000, 6,000 milliamp hour for their battery, and Samsung it's still stuck on the same number here from last year, so they didn't improve it. The only reason you see this 24 hours of video playback from 21 is that the processor is newer, it's more efficient. So yeah, I can give you that, but I feel like Samsung is still not really recovering from the issue it had a few years ago with one of their phones, where like it started acting abnormally, let's say. And a lot of airlines started saying like you shouldn't bring this phone, they had to do a recall. I feel like because of that, Samsung is not really pushing the envelope in terms of battery capacity and also charging power. Like you have phones now that can charge at a much higher, like 2, 3 times faster than Galaxy phones, but Samsung is still stuck on the same power. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I feel like Samsung should be pushing the envelope. You can tell me, you know what, if we increase the battery size, the phone is gonna be thicker, but no, that's not the case. You can see Oppo N5, I believe, it's almost as thin as the Z Fold 7, and it has a much better battery. So in terms of water resistance, it's not really dust protected for the Z Fold 5. So I've been very careful with this phone, and whenever I travel, it's an added risk or added like let's say I get anxious because I'm babying it. I just removed the cover actually recently because I stopped using it a little bit, but because I also wanted to feel the phone like this without any cover on it. So dust resistance, at least now it's at 4, which means that any object more than 1 millimeter, it's okay. So think of dust or things like this, it's still gonna get into the phone and it might affect it. So you have to be careful in which kind of environment you're using the phone. But I, I figured, okay, at least it's better than the IPX8 that they had for the Z Fold 5. Uh, that's the thing that broke the camel's back, as I was saying before. There is no S Pen support. What on earth? I believe Samsung, with this iteration, they did decrease the weight of the phone. Great job. Made it thinner, made it feel amazing, according to YouTubers at least. So I'm gonna go check it out in the Samsung store soon. But they removed the S Pen support. Guys, the Z Fold is not for your average user. It's not for somebody who uses the phone just for Facebook, Instagram, um, let's say WhatsApp, just watching videos on YouTube. I've used this phone to sign consulting contracts. I used this phone while I was giving master's courses for like Master of Engineering courses at Concordia University. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I'm pretty proud of it. So I would open the phone, grab the pen, and start like taking notes when the students were presenting, which meant that at that period of the course, I didn't have to bring my phone with me. I didn't have to bring the tablet because I was taking note with the S Pen, right? So I was hoping that for the next iteration of Z Fold, that Samsung would incorporate the S Pen so that like it can go in the phone. I know it will take some space. It doesn't have to be this thick. It could be like the S Pen on the Note 20 Ultra, which I owned, and now it's being used by my father. It could be something like that, a small S Pen that you can use. So I was really looking forward to it, like they're doing with the S25 Ultra, I believe, as well. So imagine my surprise when I saw that they're not using the S Pen anymore. No support for it. This is crazy. And it's not just to draw some sketches. Some people do that. I mean, my daughters really enjoy the S Pen. When they want to like draw on my phone, they ask for my phone and they start drawing on it. Sometimes they do some coloring. I will keep these notes forever. It's on the Samsung Notes app. I will keep them forever. And not to mention working on some applications like Canva and doing some design for like the YouTube thumbnails or some social media posts for like LinkedIn, stuff like this. So it's really a powerhouse. The Z Fold is not meant for the average user, somebody that's not a power user. And I love it for it. Like, I love that I can use it. I was excited about the fact that it's going to get lighter, thinner, and like with new iterations. But I love the feel of it right now without the cover. That's why I stopped using the cover because I want to have the feel for it. And right now, I'm not using the S Pen as often. So I figured, okay, you know what? I'm going to use it for now, and when the Z Fold 7 is out, I will replace it. So let's take a risk and use the phone without the cover, which I love. And then I saw this news about the S Pen, and a lot of people are really saying, "Oh yeah, unfortunate, but things change." Dude, your battery haven't increased. You decreased the weight and you increased the thickness, but so did the competition. The competition has a bigger battery. The competition can charge batteries at a much faster speed than you can. So you have two advantages. The S Pen, which they do support now too as well, on the inside screen and the covered display as well. And you also have your ecosystem. And this is how, for users, it's hard to leave a brand once they get you to it because the cost to, I think it's part of the Porter 5 analysis in terms of strategy, the cost to transition or to move to another competitor is really high. That's why like Apple gets you with your AirPod, with their AirPods, with the Apple Watch, with the phone. And then when you think about it and you think, you know what, I want to move away from the phone, and then you realize your AirPods are gonna suffer. Like your Apple Watch is probably, I'm not sure about that, it's not gonna work as intended. The same for Samsung. You have the watch, you have the Buds Pro or whatnot. So now that's the only thing that's probably keeping people that are not happy about the S Pen that might consider the Z Fold above the competition because they like a foldable phone, they like to do more stuff. That's the only thing that might be keeping them right now, because if they go to the competition and pick up another phone, then they might not be able to use the ecosystem of the Samsung ecosystem as they would like to. We know that the CPU is up to 38% better or faster processing, but it's already almost a computer. It's crazy how much things are advancing. But the battery, Samsung, you need to take more chances again, please. You're already innovative. You're leading the industry. Like, honestly, I love Samsung, but the incident from years ago, you need to get over it. You need to increase your battery size or at least increase the power that you can charge your battery at so that you are up to par with the competition. And you need to bring the S Pen back, at least a version of it, maybe a smaller version that you can slide inside the phone or have it magnetic so that it sticks next to the phone, at least that people can elect to have an S Pen with them and use it. Again, I signed contracts with my S Pen and I love it. So it works. And I'm very sad that it's no longer here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I will continue to do this kind of reviews, and I will continue to be brutally honest with you. That's how I want to build my channel. That's how I want to build the community. So with that, I wish you a beautiful day.